My name is Keith Brown, and my mom is Betty Brown. My mom is a remarkable person, a person who started off in the town of Elgin, Illinois on Ann Street, an African American woman who tried harder to be accepted by society and at one point became the top of it. My mom is the person who told me that a lot of times, son, people are going to tell you what you can't do because you're black. I'm going to tell you this, you just have to try harder because you're black sometimes, and you will be successful in life. My mom was the head nurse at St. Joseph Hospital at a time back in the 60s in which black people barely were given a chance to have a job. My mom opened doors in social clubs and social organizations that were always closed to people of color, and she was always the first in everything. My mom had style. She is the best dresser I've ever known, and she loves to wear those hats. I love you, Mom, and thank you for this opportunity, because everything I am and everything I've done is the base because of what you've already done.
Yo, D, let's switch it up.
Mary Elizabeth Stevens, but called Betty, was born in Chicago at Cook County Hospital in 1932. As one of 3 children, her family moved to Elgin in the mid-1930s. While she lived just outside the area known as the Settlement, the Stevens were one of the few black families living on Ann Street. At an early age, Betty loved to sing and was a natural performer. She sang in church and performed at Elgin High, where she was a student. Her other gift was helping others, which compelled her towards the nursing profession. At first attempt, Betty applied to nursing school, but was denied on racial grounds. She attended St. Francis College in Joliet. Determined, Betty applied to St. Joseph's Hospital School of Nursing. She was finally accepted and became the first African-American nursing student at the school. She met her sweetheart, Floyd Brown, in Elgin in 1954. The couple married on October 2nd, 1955. Floyd and Betty have 2 children, son Keith and daughter Diane. She quit nursing to raise her young family, but maintained a leadership role in the community in the U46 parent-teacher organization and other Elgin charities benefiting women and children. Betty was always breaking through racial barriers, becoming the first African-American member of the Elgin Junior Service Board and the first black president of the Elgin Women's Club. During this time, Betty dedicated herself to many worthwhile causes and raised thousands of dollars to help fund programs for her community. Betty Brown was also involved with the National Panel of American Women, which was structured as a forum for open discussion about racial and religious differences consisting of women of various backgrounds in Elgin. She was also an entrepreneur and co-owned Brown & Brown Advertising, a marketing company through which she promoted pageants, contestants, and fashion designers, among other businesses. She acted as a coordinator, wardrobe consultant, judge, and media spokesperson for the Miss USA and Miss Illinois pageants, along with many other pageants across the country. On stage and off, Betty was always a patron of the arts. She delighted audiences with her musical talents and sat on the board of directors for the Chicago Lyric Opera and the Barrington Lyric Opera. Her well-known status in the community had her constantly rubbing elbows with celebrities. She parlayed this into a career, documenting the happenings of local socialites in her lifestyle magazine, La Petite, Dressing Up and Dining Out, and her Courier News feature, Stepping Out with Betty Brown. She still writes her monthly guest column for the Tribune today. Everywhere Betty goes, she is a recognizable and stylish presence in Elgin and the Chicago area, who continues to serve her community as a volunteer, activist, and role model for all women.
saw you and I said, Betty, you look so good. And you said, Myrna, you never know when the Son of Man cometh, and I want to be ready.
Congratulations, Betty, on having the Racial Justice Award of the YWCA named for you. Our families go back a long way through many chapters, and I'm just absolutely delighted. You've always been an inspiration to me and a mentor in the way that you creatively have approached your life through its many chapters.
This, my salute to Betty Brown. What a beautiful woman, and God
She
bless
is
her.
caring and loving and has always welcomed me into her family. And I just see her as such a role model in my own life in terms of how I think about myself, the vision that I have for myself beyond expectation, beyond imagination. That's what Mrs. Brown is, and I'm so thankful for the wonderful Mrs. B.
Because you brought everybody with you. And I'm thankful that I'm one of those that you've encouraged along the way. And you've done it for everybody in the community. You've been a trailblazer
We'll still find a way to get through it.
in encouraging everybody to be their best and do the best. And you have been a wonderful mentor to me. And for that I am grateful.
You've been involved with the Leader Luncheon since its inception, and you're a recipient of the Marguerite Henry Awards in Communication. But now your legacy will live on. What an honor to be the namesake of the new Betty Brown Racial Justice Award.
Everyone has someone in their life that has influenced them more than words can express. And for me, that's you, Mom. I can't thank you enough, and I'm honored to be able to say a few words today on this special day when the community has come out to express and acknowledge you for all that you have done. I've watched you get several awards over the years, but today I think this is one of the most outstanding achievements that you can ever receive. I am privileged to be your daughter, to watch you firsthand for all that you do, your activities in the community, for every committee you've been on, for taking people into our home to feed them, to mentor them, getting involved in Miss America. What have you not done? And the best part is you never ask for anybody to pay you. It's all from your heart. And these are things that I take away from you and have instilled in my own children. And I love being a mother. You have been very nurturing and supportive, and I cannot thank you enough. So, Mom, today is a tribute to you, and congratulations, and I love you.
The storm may have come, but the light will shine through it.